Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Caron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 7025 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
I shared so many tears over the years. Lost so many friends that's not here. I faced all of my fears. I swallowed all my tears. Now what's up now? What's up now from here? Oh, up now what's up now? What's up now from here? What's up now? What's up now from here? I faced all of my fears. I swallowed all my tears. Now what's up now? What's up now from here?
Vegas, it's your boy Sir Charles Tatum back in the building at Hot 702.5 FM on this great Saturday in the city of Las Vegas, and we're striving for greatness on a daily basis, man. Every day we're striving for greatness, man. I just want to talk about how to draw a crowd today, and how you're going to do that is about really figuring out how to draw a crowd. You ask yourself, okay, what can I do to draw a crowd? How can I get people to follow me? How can I get people to come to where I am? Free is always good. People, when it comes to prices, if you're going to a club, if it's $10, some people, they question the $10. If it's $20, they're like, all right, cool. When it's $25, $30, then they feel like you're getting more bang for your buck. But the lower your cost is, it's almost a chance that people won't show up. I'm only saying this because of when they think of something cheap, they be like, oh, $10, man, ain't no telling who gonna be in there. I'm saying all this because it is so hard in the city or anywhere you go, basically, is to get people to reverence you, to acknowledge you for who you are and what you do. Support and sabotage are two different things. Here, I understand here in the city, it's almost like, let's use Michi Alexander for example. People see him doing his thing, but they will try to find something wrong with it, in a sense, or they will say, well, it ain't me. People actually have their favorites. They got who they want to be in the limelight. They got who they want to be as their captain. They root for certain people. So when it's like you're not in that clique or in that group, you have to find a way to just mesh with people. And I'm saying this because at some point in time, we have to find a way to break the unevenly yoked people that's tagging along. It's some people that's actually going to get in the way of what you're trying to do, and they will actually throw a monkey wrench in your program just because they see what you're trying to do. A lot of times, this thing is so clear, so vivid on what you're trying to do, and when you make it vivid and clear, sometimes it's almost like, oh, it's too simple. Understand, people have their teams, they have their players on who they're rooting for. It's like when you're trying out for a basketball team. Most likely, the coach always has his team made already. Only way you're going to make the coach change his mind by going out there and killing everybody, dominating on the court to where he got to say, well, you know what, we got to pick this guy up. This guy's just good. He's hard. He's doing his thing. So that's what you got to do today, people. You got to know right now in this time that you got to go harder than ever before. Only way you're going to break through this bubble is by actually acknowledging who you are, self-encouraging yourself. I mean, really encourage yourself in the sense to where you know that people treat you this way only because of who you are. And it's sad to say that people will actually see that you're trying to do something positive and they still try to find a way to not acknowledge you or still try to count you out. So what I've been doing is not going after the people who I want to support me. Like, I would love for certain people to be on my live, but they're not. And it's only because they're not, it's because they know I'm on. So they looking like, oh, it's him. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to pay attention because I don't want him to get my numbers. I don't want him to actually make it with my support. So people will sabotage only because they don't want you to make it. And they only don't want you to make it because it's hate, it's jealousy, it's envy. All these things play into part when you're doing music, when you're playing sports, and when you're not like them. So understand today, people, you are made different. You are different of all his creations. We all are unique in our own way. But you have to really, really tap in with yourself. You got to really, really know that, you know what, I'm going to do this with or without you. So how do you draw a crowd? Do you find a way to give something for free? Are you putting out flyers? Are you doing anything in your sense to draw a crowd? So what you got to do, you got to really sit back and think about, okay, if I do this fundraiser, if I do this pop-up, if I do this meet and greet, let the people come in for free and, you know, they buy drinks or whatever it may be. But people, you have to find a way to draw a crowd. And this crowd is really your fan base. It could be strangers. It could be friends, foes, it doesn't matter. But what you have to do, you have to make a good enough idea for people to want to come. So drawing this crowd is really about your numbers. If you got 2,000 friends on Instagram, Facebook, you know who already look at your stories all the time. So those are people you target. You probably have the same people that like on your photos, the same people that's actually double tapping. Those are the people you go after, the people that's actually supporting you. And half of these people, you probably don't see them, you don't know them, you never met them, but their perception of you is very highly. They think highly of you. And you have to understand that perception is big, how people perceive you. You have no control over it, but then you do. Because you can put out a false narrative and people will jump on that. When you put out the real narrative of yourself, then people shy away from it. It's only because a lot of people are not comfortable with who they are and they don't like your boldness. You are too bold for them, and they like, how did he get this boldness about himself? How does she carry herself like this when I try my best to really let her know I don't like her or make her feel a certain type of way? People will try to throw you off your game because they see that you are focused. Stay focused, people. Stay focused. It is a great day in the city, and I say that because it's just always great to be alive. One thing about life is that no one asked to come, but now that you're here, you got to do something. So the last thing you want to do is roll over and just die. You know, just roll over and surrender to nothing. People, it's so many sayings nowadays, but this is an old one. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And that is one of the ones that stuck with me through years. So what are you standing for today? You know, when you stand, you can draw all men to you. You just have to stand on the right place. Put yourself in a position where people can see you. Now, granted, you can feel that you're doing this, you're doing that, it's not working, people are not jumping on it the way I want them to. That means you got to dig a little deeper. That means you have to really get creative. By all means, know that you are different, know that you are special, and the people that deny you this, they're only denying it because they don't want you to get it. They only deny stuff from people that, and this is not even denial, they will actually, how can I say it? I'm just going to say it. they will see that you are doing this thing, and they will like, man, I don't like that. I just don't like it. I have no other words for it, but I don't like it. They don't like it. I had to check myself because I find myself being guilty of that. Seeing somebody doing something and like, But you got to understand, people, you don't know where they came from. You don't know their story. You don't know why they act the way they act. People, just as good as I am, I could be just as bad. And I'm saying this because I've been through some things, and the life that I went through, or the things I went through, it made me switch up. I had to change angles. I had to change routes because that route wasn't working. That route wasn't working. I wasn't going anywhere that way, so I had to make changes. People, be open to change, because at the end of the day, change is always going to come, and change is always necessary. Don't change for them, change for you. The issues of your heart is the things you got to deal with, and this is on a daily basis, people. We are ignoring the issues of our heart, what really matters to us. And once you start paying attention to what really matters, then certain things just don't matter anymore. You're not going to give it energy, you're not going to give it time, because it doesn't matter. I had a boss, and he used to always tell me, don't make other people's problems your problems. And that had to really, really soak in for me, because I always had people coming to me to fix things. Oh, Charles, can you do this? Charles, can you do that? I'm like, why you keep on coming to me? Why you keep on asking me as if you can't do it? But what it is was they saw that I can get it done. They didn't have the courage to get it done. They felt that I was fit for the job. Maybe I knew how to talk better than them. But I had to take it in stride and understand that at the end of the day, I was tired of doing for people that they could not do for me. It's like people they always got the hand out. They always gonna ask you more than anything. They're not gonna ask nobody else. They're gonna ask you because they feel like that you can get the job done. So I took pride in that, but at the end of the day, once I got tired of it, I just got tired of it. I had to really stand on my 2 feet and say, you know what, this is not my problem, and I can't help you. You know what I mean? I just can't help you because this is not my problem. Today, we are dealing with a lot of flattery. People are skilled in flattery. I mean, they're literally trying their best to wiggle their way into rooms, pay their way into rooms, versus putting in the work. I tell my kids, tell my son, don't cut corners. Go through the process. I was just talking on the phone the other day, and I was saying, you know, we all going through things. People are going through things. Good days come, bad days come, but you have to embrace them and don't cut corners, because whatever you're going through right now, it's a time limit on it. Trials, tribulations, it's a stopwatch on it. It's going to start and it's going to finish, but the sooner you get out of that thing and the sooner you realize that, hold on, I can't sit in this and have a pity party. I can't just sit around and just wait for this thing to be over with. You have to figure out how you're going to come out pure, how you're going to come out tested, how you're going to come out shining, you know, because whatever you go through, it's another step that's going to make you closer to your dreams. And this is what it's all about today, people, accepting who you are, what you're becoming, and where you want to go. Now, drawing this crowd, it's not going to be easy, but it's very possible. Excuse me. You have to target people in the ways that they act. Reading people post, seeing them on social media, seeing them in person, it's a difference from when they see you. They may see you on social media, but then when they see you in person, they don't say what's up. They may not. Some people are just not going to tell you that they like what you're doing. They're going to walk right past you, but you got to know these things for yourself, that you are able to do all things. You are able to do anything that you put your mind to. Don't get mad at the person from staying on a straight and narrow road. Don't get mad at the person that got it together already, but you got to understand they didn't have it together at one point. You know, everything has a starting time. Everything has a process to it, from basketball, football, sports, whatever it may be. There's always going to be some hardships in it, but you got to understand nothing good comes easy. If your dreams are not scaring you, or if they're not big enough, you're not going to get it done. You got to have something that's seemed like it's almost impossible, but you know it's possible. I've been watching documentaries. These things get to me when I see a person actually get their big break. Once you know everything they've been through, and then they finally got it. And then once they finally get it, it's almost like, wow, it happened for them. People, many go, but few are chosen. If you make it in the second round, third round, you made it. It doesn't matter if you made it in the first round, but understand that you made it. I can't hate on anybody that made it in the music industry or basketball or anything because they made it. You know, you may not like that they're there. You may not like their position that they're playing, but they made it. They're there. But you're not. And this is where you got to see, okay, now what do I got to do? Your mind has to line up with your goals. Your mind has to line up with your dreams. So if you want this thing, you have to start acting a certain type of way. Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, these people, they carry themselves a certain type of way, and they do it for a reason. They know people are watching them. They know that they're unique. It's an aura about a person that has confidence and boldness. It's an aura about them. When you see people doing their thing, a lot of it is makeup. Some of it's not makeup, but a lot of people do have makeup, people, and I mean makeup, to where they will play the part, but literally they're not all the way there. They're just not going to tell you that. So it's understand today that choosing things or choosing the right things is what's important. What matters to you may not matter to other people, but understanding that what matters to you is important. Man, I'm Charles Tatum. I'm back in the building. Hot 702.5. Make sure you guys download the app for all your on-the-go needs on the radio, man. We're doing great things around here in the city. People, get ready for what's about to happen. Get ready. And I say get ready and get ready because when it happens for you, it's going to take off and nobody can stop it. People can hate. They can try to block it, but they can't stop it, man. We got a special day, man. Shouts out to Trey Bizzle. He has a birthday party tonight at the Classic Jewel. So what I decided to do is actually make this show, this hour, all about Trey Bizzle. So what I'm going to do is from now on, when it comes to artists, if you have videos, if you have music, I want to just set the time out to make this show about one artist at a time so people can really, really see this artist, their music, and actually begin to like it. You know, you got to put it out there in their face so people can see it. Trey Bizzle is from the west side of Las Vegas, born and raised. He represent Playboys. He lived, the Jets, you know, the Red Gang, this and that. But this is something that I can't not be biased about, no matter what side he's from. You got the red, the blue, the green. But at the end of the day, we're all from Vegas. West to the north, to the east, to the south. It's all Vegas. Once we learn how to accept each other for who we are, we'll get better. We'll get somewhere. But as of now, we still got our work cut out, man. We're going to hop into some Trey Bizzle, man. Trey Bizzle is streaming on all platforms. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. About tonight at the Classic Jewel, Trey Bizzle will be there at 10 p.m., man. The birthday party's going up. I just might step out, man. I just might step out to show some support and really get out there, man. Hey, we're about to get into it, man. This is Trey Bizzle, one of my favorite tracks by Trey Bizzle. This is Game, right here on Hot 702.5.
That's how you supposed to shoot. From now on, that's how you shoot.
Skies on the track, whoa.
No, I mean, the cheese come from all different angles. It basically depends on what type of hustler are you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As you see, we got merchandise, and we trying to get it as we, you know, how we live, my nigga. We gonna get it out the trunk. We gonna get it off the merchandise. We gonna get it from the label. We gonna get it out the street, out this parking lot right here, out the shop. We gonna get it how we live.
I got these niggas saying Trey Bizzle can't really rap. That's because these niggas they listen to only cap. Everything I said I did was all facts. If I ever spent that corner shit, it was that. But you will never know, lit nigga, cause I don't chat. I don't hang around cause rats run in the pack. Birds of a feather, y'all niggas know about that. But I ain't trying to preach too much, let's stick to rap. I can never understand how another fucking man can talk down on a nigga with the same plan as him, but he ain't getting it in like him. I never understand, I never comprehend, I never understand. See, the fact of the matter is I'm sick of the chattering. He's this, that, and the third. Why does it matter when every time I dropped it was work, nigga, no resume? And I been naughty by nature, nigga, hip-hop parade. Toast to the most, it's all gang members, no need for hostess. 40 make a nigga whole body disappear. Hocus pocus, net a bitch in the poker nose. She look like Pocahontas. Let me take that back, cause I told y'all I was being honest. Met the bitch at Bell's and she was just fine as hell. I was just saying I could do the fairy tale shit as well. It's Bizzle, not the lavas, make fire turn into lava. Every time he spit is literal, can't you see his saliva? Stop worrying about the auto-tune, listen to how his words move. Chopper make make a nigga spin around just like a whirlpool. Ain't know that boy your problem, can't no calculator solve him. Did you hear that man some music, new era, UEP Newton? Treat him like a student, yo gang, Goofy, Three Stooges. Really not a rapper, but you can't say I don't do this. Forgive a nigga for fucking you over, he's still Judas. Israelites, we lost in the sauce, we really Jewish, ayy. But you would never know, little nigga, they stole your heritage. Put it in a book you can't read, basically buried it. It's white folks that think like that, they be the scariest. And they say I ain't got no bars, who they compare him with?
So, you know, it's really what you do with it. You know, you got a major deal, and they blowing you up, making you a household name. If you a hustler, you should find some way to capitalize off that and turn that into some money. That's them white folks sure gon' do. They know guaranteed that they gon' blow you up, make you American Idol. They gon' tax for it, you know what I'm saying? They gon' charge $100 for the ticket at the show. They gon' sell merchandise. So you know we just gotta peep their game and you know, apply it to our hustle. Nigga be alright.
Peep their game and apply it to us, man. They say don't reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already there. You just add on to it, man. It's just like Kobe copying Jordan. He almost got everything down packed from the walk, the talk. When he won a championship, he got on the thing and went like this. He jumped in the air like Michael. He made all the facial expressions. He went like this. You know, it's always a blueprint to things, people. And how you draw a crowd is really having boldness, confidence, and you got to actually find a way to do it. Yes, sir. How you doing, man? Shouts out to everybody on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything else, YouTube. Man, drawing a crowd is very important. I say this because as powerful as you are, you may not know it. We are all following a trend. And as soon as you realize that you can actually set the trend and you can change things, that's when things will get better for you. I wouldn't join a group just to fit in. You know, I always said if I can't run it, I don't want to be in it. So I've always been a solo type of guy. I got plenty of friends, but I don't run in packs because it's like somebody's gonna be the leader. Everybody's following somebody, you know, in a sense. So pick your friends wisely, choose your crowd wisely. Understand that people sell lemonade, and that lemonade stand is gonna draw a crowd eventually. If you are barbecuing on a corner, if you're doing a car wash, they see you, it's going to draw a crowd. So what you do is you have to find something that you know that people's going to like. You got to actually tap in and say, hold on, if I do this, people will come. If I throw in something free, people will come. So to my son, to everybody else that's watching, listen, there's a way that you can do this thing and you can actually make money off of it. If it's something free, if you got to give up something, if you got to involve certain people, you find you a team of people, and you guys execute this plan. Okay, we need 100 people to come in here. We're going to charge them $10 a head, $20 a head. That's $2,000. That's $10. Or $1,000. But you have to understand, though, people, making it easy for people sometimes is even harder. Because when you make it too easy, it's just like it's a catch to it. You know, people actually they go for. So when you're buying shades, you can go buy the cheap pair that's going to be $10 or $20. I guarantee you they'll break. I guarantee you they're going to break. So you might as well go buy the $100 pair of shades because they're going to last longer. It's just a little bit tighter around the legs, on the eyes, you know what I mean? So people, your touch, your class, your taste, it's all about you at the end of the day. Now, if you're fit to be a leader, you're going to lead in the right way. You're going to stand up for what's right. You're going to tell people, hey, you know what? Don't do that. Don't do this. It is a time and a place for everything. And now in these days and times, we don't have a Dr. King. We don't have a Malcolm X. Our leaders are rappers, sports players. You know, we don't have a real activist that's out right now. Somebody that shouts out to Eric Thomas. Everybody likes Eric Thomas, T.D. Jakes, these type of people. But we need somebody of our peers, of our time, that can actually reach out to the young people. My older brother is 43 years old. No, 43. I'm 43. My oldest brother is 51 years old. He has me by 8 years. Now, the things that he did growing up, it made me and my other brothers not do what he did. So we said, well, we ain't going to be like that. So my younger brother watched me and my brother Jody, and he didn't do what we did. So he sat back and watched us and didn't make the mistakes that we made. But he still had to go through his trials. He still had to go through his tribulations. What I'm saying is today, people, there's always somebody that you can look up to. There's always a blueprint. There's always a strategy that you can actually take from somebody else. When it comes to shows, the Night Tonight Show, Saturday Night Live, they all have a certain way they do their dialogue. Pick a dialogue. Find a way to present yourself. Find a way to show yourself strong. Show yourself as being a leader. People, tap into your intelligence. And I'm saying all this because you got to give more than what you're giving. The world needs saving. We know that. Times are not like they used to be. So you got to expect for certain things to happen in a different way. And the only way it's going to happen if you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to break this generational curse. Nobody's in my family been a millionaire. Nobody's did this. Nobody did that. You know, we can't get mad at our parents for not knowing what they didn't know. If they wasn't taught, it wasn't taught to them. But what you can do is change that. I don't like the way I was raised. I don't like the way this was. I'm going to have my kids like this. I'm going to raise my family in a certain way. And all this comes to what you want in life. It is so important that you really understand what you want in life. The wrong decisions can actually make you miserable, man. Take it from me. We all have regrets. And when you keep on replaying that thing in your head, oh, I wish I would have never did this. If I would have never did that, that wouldn't have happened. Then I would have never did this. I would have never did that. People, we would dig ourselves deeper and deeper into that hole because of regrets. Well, I'm in it now. I done did this. I done stole this. I got to keep on stealing. I done tripped him up. I got to keep on tripping somebody up. I've been there. I've done that. The best way to come out is clean. Clean with yourself, open and honest. But the way the world is nowadays, you know, all our hearts are getting hardened by the world. You can't come out to be soft. People are looking for strong leaders. People are looking for a true testimony, you know, but you have to really dig down inside of yourself and say, hey, you know what? I am somebody and I'm going to do something great. People, your time will come. I guarantee your time will come. I get friends. I got friends and people that tell me certain things, but I don't really take it to my head. I really take it to heart because I know there still has to be work to be done. If we can change things just like that, we would. But the only thing you can change right now is the way you think. And the way you think is going to determine where you go and how far you go. So the sooner you change your mind, I mean, when I say change your mind, I mean change your mind the way you think and you will become who you want to be. But you have to think a certain type of way. You can't think small. You can't think like regular people because people just think small sometimes. They don't think to the second, third, fourth, fifth step. They think of the first step and then they run with it. And you like, nah, I'm going to do a little more thinking on that, you know. People, self-preservation and just holding yourself still and holding yourself to your word is bigger than anything. Because the only thing you got to prove to yourself is that I can do this and this is what's going to make me happy. When you lay down at night, you got to know that I gave it my all. I'm giving it my all and I'm trying harder than ever. Yesterday is gone. Let it go. Today is here. Deal with today. People learn to fall back in love with life. You know, we can make wrong decisions and we don't like life anymore. You know, it's all because of decisions you made that where now you like, oh man, I'm just fed up with people and this and that. And bottom line, it's you. That's who you should be fed up with. You should be fed up with yourself because you put yourself in that situation. You got yourself in that situation. And now you got to get yourself out of it. Men, women, we bash women, women bash men. No, you got to change the type of men you like, and we got to change the type of women we like. So once you stop chasing those fast-tailed girls and look for somebody with some class and things like that, then you'll get somewhere. But what I'm saying is, people, if you're not like that, you're going to get where you at. If you a hood rat, if you thuggish, that's what match. It's almost like some good girls do like bad guys, but at the end of the day, it usually never work because you're not on the same page. You got to get on the same page with yourself and the people around you, understanding that you are the ticket. You are that person. But it's not for you to convince people. It's for you to stand still. And the best thing you can do sometimes is not say nothing. You can open up your mouth and blow it. I've been there. I've done it. Man, when it comes to even dealing with women, I had it right in my hand and I said the wrong thing and I'm cool. So, you have to understand today, people, that in your mind, it's always, you right. But if you're not checking to see if you're wrong, then you're not going to figure it out. You got to really, really understand today, people, that it is all on you today, man. We're going to keep this thing going, man. Some old Trey Bizzle, man. This is one of his new tracks, man. This is Trey Bizzle featuring Jizzy B. And this one is called, which one is this? Okay, From the West to the North, man. This is Trey Bizzle from the West to the North, man. If you want your music played, get at me at Hot 702.5, Striving Artist Radio, right here every Saturday. Hey, man, let's get it.
Oh yeah, CN shot this one too.
Niggas know what it is, real gang shit, man. On BLOOD. Gang.
Hitman D.
Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. I'm in the coast, and I'm at the post, and I'm at the Lucky Club too. I hear him Bula, he hit your medulla. That nigga like Quail times two. Just say that it's beef, ain't gotta come look at little nigga, cause I'll find you. Just let this little freak say she got the drop on her options, go see if that's true. Oh, I can't wait to find you. Niggas, you know what I'ma do. Nigga, diluted all the juice, nigga, so I can sip a little quicker. These hollows make your body shiver. Like no jacket in the winter. It ain't no jacket mine, niggas. And bitches know I been that nigga. It's 100 shots up in this sprinter. One black youngster me lit, nigga. 357 tatted on my liver. Off the molly, I be moving quicker. These niggas hollow, man, I see through niggas. I put these hollow heads right through these niggas. I fuck with Lil Boosie, been my nigga. This for the blood card, I'm rapping, nigga. Not for the bomber cloud, just rock the niggas. We get the robbing you and all your niggas. We leave you bone draw like fossils, nigga. These niggas Simbas, I'm Mufasa, nigga. Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set.
Bitch, I'm from the North. Inside of the court, them double low murderous foes. I slide through the post. They gon' pick up my bro, triple back, and uneven the scope. You know how it go. Mr. HGB, y'all Lil Tay Logan and roll. Stay on the trip, I got lungs for the smoke, and I let that ass drip if you think it's a joke. Easy blood gon' go, it's a fact, what the fuck y'all think? Open the whole Mac if it's up. About rank, and send them hoes back if it ain't about bang. Bro, I'm from the North. Being slick is a sport. I fire while holding the torch. Motherfucker gossip, I need me the source, and I reach and touch all of them if I'm forced. And I smoke chocolate tie, weed, reeking, sweeties, taste like Reese's Pieces, rolling, smoking away my most recent demons, holding, clutching artillery, fucking off all my most logical reasoning. Opposable scenery, any place peaceful, that shit just not tangible for me. Come from a reckless wreckage of a place, ratchet as animals on me, both the human and
y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. Are y'all from the West? You know they say that we do it the best. Only fuck with my hoodies, can't fuck with the rest. If you ain't from the beat, then we dropping your set. Are y'all from the West?
Alright. Jizzy came out and did his shit, bro. Gang shit. Shout out to Busy. Everybody that nigga out. You feel me? Shout out to the bunnies. To the dance. To the gang. Member shit out. I know what's going on. Man, from the beat, we dropping your shit. Yeah, whoa, whoa. You know, Mr. HGB. We got Boogie, man. Wookie Woo, we out here. Jet Gang, Hood Gang, y'all know what's happening. Y'all know what's happening. You feel me? We just left the Jets being set.
From the West to the North, man, locked in. One thing I can say about Trey Bizzle, and this dude can draw a crowd. He actually brings the crowd with him. Every show I ever done, probably except for one or two, I didn't have him on the show. But once I realized that he was bringing in 40 to 50 people every time, I was like, man, if I want some numbers in here, I need to bring Trey Bizzle. You know, and this is the only artist I know that ever did that on a consistent basis. 40 to 50 people every time. So, and I was only charging $10, but I knew that I was going to get 400 from that one person. And those 40, 50 people actually came in. He had the people in check. You know, I use Nipsey Hussle as an example. You know, he was from 60s, he was a Crip, but he had to learn how to move. You can't actually be a gangbanger, be this and that, and don't know how to move. You got to actually have your group, your people in line. Now, this is with anybody. Female, male, you don't bother me, I don't bother you. That's just how it goes. You don't want no smoke, don't bring no smoke. So people, when you draw that line, or you don't even have to draw the line, it's just about respecting each other, respecting people. So when you respect yourself and you respect others, we can all get along. And this is something that we've been dealing with forever as a whole, as black people. We're jealous of each other. We don't know how to do business with each other. We don't know how to get along. We the only people that like hate on each other, stare each other up and down. You know, it's just crazy on how we just can't get it. Every time we did come together for a rally or anything like that, it didn't last long, especially with this the shootings and the marches and stuff like that. The civil rights movement was the biggest that we actually stuck together and actually pressed our way for something. This is what we need for Vegas music. We have to come together and really stand together and say, you know what, y'all got to let us in. From the city to everywhere else. If we come together as a whole, hit the Strip, Midway, whatever it may be, but we have to find a way to come together and draw a crowd. So just imagine every artist in the city of Las Vegas on the Strip, marching as a group. Everybody got the flyers or whatever it may be. If we in front of Denny's, wherever it may be. But we have to draw this crowd and let people see us. And as long as we out there every weekend, they're going to start to notice us. They're going to start to say, hold on, man. These natives are coming down to the Strip and they taking over the Strip. It ain't not one time, or it's been a time, but it hasn't been in a while to where the whole city knows that we are actually out there. Hey, only our music about shooting each other or selling pussy get acknowledged. Crazy, right? And this is where we change the narrative. We have to change the narrative. We have to find a way to change the narrative. It's we have to ask the question, why do they don't want us in? Why do the city fight us so hard to not become artists or to take it away from us? Artists like Bay Blue, Lil Sox, you put them on a flyer, Yowda, they shutting it down. They shutting it down. Now, is it because of their reputation? Yes. You know what I mean? Is it what they talk about? Yes. I forgot the dude's name. Trim, I think that's his name. He had made a song about somebody he shot, and then the police had came and arrested him for it. Literally made a song about somebody he killed, and the police came and got him. Now, you mean to tell me they ain't listening? Oh, they listening. So what you got to do is find a way to make them listen to something else. Music is universal. So when you actually make a song that's for the club or for the strip club or that's actually worldwide, everybody can relate to. I said it before, Jagged Edge, when they made the song Let's Get Married, that song still get played to this day at weddings, all over the world. So you have to find a song that actually everybody can relate to. I'm talking to the artists here in the city because it's the only way you're going to break through is by making a song that everybody can relate to. It's a lot of artists that actually made it out of the city, but they're not repping the city like that. So we have to find a way to actually come together as far as the ones that we do. You got Code 7, Bump It or Dump It. As many as people that's in the city, everybody don't watch it. Everybody don't watch me. Everybody don't watch Make Moves or Lose. Everybody doesn't watch The Fifth Element. And this is like, it boggles my mind that it's so separated still. We got all these different platforms, but everybody's not tuned in to every platform. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like her. I don't like how they do this. And then at the end of the day, I truly believe it's because it's not them. It's not you that's doing it, so they shy away from it. It's sad in a sense because it's like, how do we expect to even make it if we can't reverence each other? If we can't say, you know what, Boogie's good over here, Michi's good in that perspective, and let them be who they are and accept them for who they are. I'm not going to change. I'm just going to get better. I'm going to get better with time, and I'm going to figure this thing out because I understand that if I want to make it, I have to make some adjustments. I have to figure out how can Charles make this thing happen? How can I win these people over? And that's only by tapping in with myself and figuring it out. So you got to figure it out today, people. I mean, when you smoke your weed, when you drink your drink, have the right things on your mind. We abuse weed, we abuse alcohol. You drink every day, you smoke every day. Or Pac said it best, smoking blunts when it don't count. You just smoking when it don't even count. You just abusing it. When other people use it, they use it to actually think. A lot of artists, people that paint, they smoke and they begin to draw. They smoke, they begin to write. People are using it for different reasons. And I'm saying this only because your mind is where your mind is today. You have to have a mind of a nobody in a sense. And the mind of a nobody is going to get these people, because once you come from a place to where everybody can relate to, or you're just open about it, they can love you or they can hate you. But the thing about it is clarity is where it's at, people. A straight shot, don't hold your tongue, say what needs to be said, and not being afraid of people not liking it. Hey, it could burn, but make it burn then. Let that be the reason. But you got to say it. You got to do it. It has to be done. Somebody got to say something. Somebody got to do something. So I'm going to play my part, and I hope for you guys to step up and do the rest, man, because at the end of the day, I'm going to pop my shit. It's Trey Bizzle, the next song, man, right here by Trey Bizzle. This is Pop My Shit. This is hot right here on Hot 702.5.
Yeah. Gang. Mr. Trey Bizzle, what they on, man? Your ass gonna quit being humble and you gonna really let this shit out and pop your shit, man. Been a minute, huh? Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah. Hey, man, talk your shit. I'm gonna pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Boy, these niggas ain't doing it like this, doing it like this. Boy, these niggas ain't moving like this, moving like this. Yeah, I'm gonna pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Yeah, I'm gonna pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Yeah, boy, these niggas ain't doing it like this, doing it like this. Boy, these niggas ain't moving like this, moving like this. Catch me in the hood with a bottle, walking up and down that street like a model. I might hear Lil Jason tell him meet me at the bottom. If you switch your bullets out there, I never know who shot him. You can put about 4 or 5 bodies on the burner. If the bitch talking slick, slap her ass like Turner. I ain't outside every day, but I turn up, turn up. Yeah. Hit him with the chopper, make him swell up like a turnip. I'm the one and not the two, and all the older bitches lovers. I'ma keep doing my thing, I don't see no one above us. Have to stop fucking these hoes, I done spit too much on rubbers. I done accumulated haters, cause all of the bitches love us. Knock a bitch up off her name, just tell her that I'm your brother. Ain't crying about a bitch, ain't going out like a suffer. Hey, man, talk your shit. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. For sure. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Boy, these niggas ain't doing it like this, doing it like this. Boy, these niggas ain't moving like this, moving like this. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Boy, these niggas ain't doing it like this, doing it like this. Boy, these niggas ain't moving like this, moving like this. Yeah, 13-5 on the chain. World Entertainment, that's the game. Everywhere I go, all the bitches know my name. If you see me on the dub, I'm politicking with gang. If you see me on the blade, I'm breaking the bitch, man. Ain't a bitch I can't knock, cause Slick gave me the game. If you see me chunking trays, just know I do it for Twain. Gang. Yeah. Bunny Bizzle like we both hit the lick. I split your shit down the middle. Showing up at the hospital with everybody who miss you. Hug your mama while she crying and wipe her face with the tissue. No sense, Trey Bizzle. My mama know I got issues. She did real good. She swallowed it and all I wanna see is mouth like Wizard Kelly. Austin Power shit. She told my kids get in her belly. Hey, man, talk your shit. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Boy, these niggas ain't doing it like this, doing it like this. Boy, these niggas ain't moving like this, moving like this. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Yeah, I'm gon' pop my shit, pop my shit, pop my shit. Boy, these niggas ain't doing it like this, doing it like this. Boy, these niggas ain't moving like this, moving like this.
Whatever you do, man. Whatever you do, pop your shit and do it boldly. Don't care if you hurt anybody's feelings. Nah. Say it if it need to be said. Don't bite your tongue. I think that's one of the problems we have today. We are so pacifying when it comes to people. We're afraid we're gonna hurt somebody's feelings. They feelings need to be hurt. Say it. Make them feel it. Because once you do that, then it really says that you care. If a person doesn't care, they ain't gonna say nothing. Straight up, they're not gonna say nothing if they don't care. They're gonna let you just be foolish and dumbfounded and goofy. But I'm gonna say it because it needs to be said, man. My time is coming up quick, man. This is like PE, it goes by fast when you're having fun. I used to always say that, man. Dang, we just started. But here we are, man. Signing off, striving for greatness on a daily basis. Vegas music, man, we are up now. Not next, not later, but right now, man. I'm going to leave you guys with members only. Make sure you guys pull up to the Classic Jewel tonight, 10 p.m. Trey Bizzle's birthday party will be at the Classic Jewel, man, 10 p.m. Show up, show some support, man. And this is where we begin to, break it. Break all of the fallow ground. This is our time to come together and stand together. So supporting one person can go real far, man. I promise you it will. So let's get this thing going. This is members only, guys. See you guys next Saturday. Tap in, send me your music. We get it up here.
When I be with the gang, I get sloppy drunks, get the hiccups. I know I can do that type shit, that's what they here for. You watch my back, I'm watching yours. You in the vet, I'm in the form. I bring my heat, so give me yours. If we see ops, that's when we scorn. It might not need the heat. Lovey say if he see the ops, he just might beat them, P. Mike Weeds always black out, but he gon' keep a heat. Might not remember what happened, shit, we gon' let it be. That can get you this. Brody told me calm down, Bizzle, we gotta get through this. And still screaming free Slick Rick, that's how we got in this. Young nigga rolling around just trying to pop some shit. Ignoring all of the homies, they wanna politic. Pluck a nigga like a bad kid, they don't want none of this. And left Ant Money to fall, he might just kill some shit. Long live all of the members that couldn't make it here. Ayy, you know it's Bunny Gang. Let a nigga try snatching chains, we gon' be on his brain. Gang, yeah, you know we love you twain. Still trunking threes for insane, we pressing everything.